And here's your host, the
Breaking
Foil.
Zoom, it's the foil. And on today's show, we have 3 cameras. Yes, one's an extreme close up. Hey, extreme close up. Hey. Yes, I'm a Wayne's World fan from way back. Anyway, today's show has a change in lineup at the last minute because, quite frankly, we can't find Ricky. Yeah, he wandered off, and we haven't heard from him. He was supposed to film today, but no Ricky. But fortunately, Ricky's brother-in-law, and he hates it when I call him that, is here, and he's gonna introduce the brag guy. So, and without further ado, what other ado is, hey Jerry, how you doing? How am I doing? Well, I'm a little pissed off, but that's just the way I am. Oh yeah, well, Cracker's doing some damn thing about, I don't know, a pink Grange hall. I don't know what the hell it is. He'll tell you more.
Damn, Skippy, we're having a blast.
Howdy, folks. Today we got another tale, and this tale entails a Grange hall. And you might think, well, what's so special about a Grange hall? Well, this here one was on a road called the Elkhorn, not the Elk Horn. I think, from what I understand, the reason it's called the Elkhorn is because the deer in that area were so big because of the corn they ate. They was as big as elks. So they, all the fields that was elk corn. And they just shortened it to Elkhorn. And that's the story of how the Elkhorn became the Elkhorn. But on that there road, there sits this little pretty building. Nothing fancy. And it's just a little square 2-story building that had an outhouse that went right down into a swamp, and that was horrible. I gotta tell you, you know, we were raised on the barn in the barn, but man, that Grange Hall bathroom smelled worse. Yeah, and there was only one bathroom. They weren't progressive. That it wasn't a political thing. It's just that's all the money they had was to make that one room, and put a hole in the floor. Anyway, but the thing about this Grange Hall that set it apart, it was pink. Now, it had shingles sides. They were, siding shingles from way back in the day. And from what I understand, the reason it was pink was because it was originally red. And there was this here, they called him a flatlander. And he came into town and he went to all the hardware stores and he was selling this beautiful red, bright red tile or shingles that was designed to go on buildings like siding. Well, everybody got to really like that stuff, so people were buying that, and it also came in black, jet black, beautiful black. Well, so this salesman, this flatlanding salesman, he came down, and he was was a selling his wares, and he sold his wares to the hardware stores, and whoever built that Grange Hall picked those nice red shingles for their Grange Hall. And there were other people, they bought the black for houses and sheds and all sorts of stuff. You know, there were red buildings, and well, there weren't very many red buildings because, you know, they didn't have a whole lot of the red. So consequently, the Grange Hall became the Red Grange Hall on the Elkhorn. Well, what we didn't know at the time, and they didn't know at the time, it was the salesman didn't use regular paint or dye for those shingles. Apparently it was found that he put red dye in whitewash, and then he put black dye in the blackens. Well, it wasn't long, and it was months down the road. The salesman was long gone, of course. They always seem to be at this time. And, well, a big old rainstorm will come. And wouldn't you know, that red Grange Hall was getting soaked. And all of a sudden, people drove by and something wasn't right. Yeah. All of a sudden, that red wasn't quite so red anymore. But the sidewalk in front of it, it was getting red. And somebody, said, did somebody shoot the Grange Hall and it's bleeding? Well, that's not what happened. What happened was the red dye started to leak out of the shingles, and lo and behold, years later, we're stuck with a pink Grange Hall. And all those black barns and buildings, they turned gray because it did the same thing with the black. So that's the story about how the pink Grange Hall became the pink Grange Hall. And if you want to know where I'm from, well, just take a left at the stone house and right at the pink Grange Hall. Second house on the right if you want to call. Yeah, that's from a song on this new album, and it's called Farmington Hell. And that's another story for another day. Catch y'all later. Boo. Always wondered why that thing was pink. Anyway, okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on with Izzy Hollow, the album. We have finished recording everything. We're putting the finishing touches on it. We're almost. We got a couple of the songs mastered, but we're still working on others, and it'll be out soon. So when I know when it's coming out, you'll know when it's coming out, and then we can start working on the next album. Oh, I guess that's the show. I don't have anything written down or anything funny to say other than guitar player made magazine of the year, not Time. I know that's been said on the show, but it's a good joke and I'm going to keep using it. Anyway, this is the foil saying freaking Zoob and roll me some Cupid. It's my show. No, it's I know it's your show, but I can do what I want.
Well, that's news.
Bite me. Well, where the hell is Ricky anyway? Okay. This is the Foil Show. He's a fucking idiot.
An HDR production. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the little bell. It'll just make my day. Catch you later. I think I got it. I think I've got it.